Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Darati Swaparantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakammalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savarutam Parijanasahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bando Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यरिषतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु स्तंदत प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभु।
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Sorry for being late, Prabhu.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So it's 30 minutes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
You want to read the first one?
Yes.
Hare-
Yajante Satvika Devan Yaksha Laksham Shi Rajasaham Pretan Bhutaganam Chanye Yajante Tamasa Janaham Yajante worship Satvikaha, those who are in the mode of goodness. Devan, demigods. Yaksha Lakshamsi, Lajasaha, those who are in the mode of passion worship the demons. Pretan, dead spirit. Bhutanganan, ghost. Cha Anye, and others. Yajante, worship. Tamasaha, in the mode of ignorance. Janaha, people. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai. Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons. And those in the mode of ignorance worship the ghost and spirit. Purport. In this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead describes different kinds of worship according to their external activities. According to scriptural injunction, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipable. But those who are not very conversant with it or faithful to the scriptural injunction worship different objects according to their specific situation in the mode of material nature. Those who are situated in goodness generally worship the demigods. The demigods include Brahma, Shiva, and others such as Indra, Chandra, and the sun god. There are various demigods. Those in goodness worship a particular demigod for a particular purpose. Similarly, those who are in the mode of passion worship the demons. We recall that during the Second World War, a man in Calcutta worshipped Hitler because, thanks to that war, he had amassed a large amount of wealth by dealing in the black market. Similarly, those in the mode of passion and ignorance generally select a powerful man to be God. They think that anyone can be worshipped as God and that the same result will be obtained. Now, it is clearly described here that those who are in mode of passion worship and create such cults, and those who are in the mode of ignorance, in darkness worship dead spirits. Sometimes people worship at the tomb of some dead man. Sexual service is also considered to be in the mode of darkness. Similarly, in remote villages in India, they are worshippers of ghosts. We have seen that in India, the lower class people sometimes go to the forest, and if they have knowledge that a ghost live in a tree, they worship that tree and offer sacrifice. These different kinds of worship are not actually God worship. God worship is for persons who are transcendentally situated in pure goodness. In the Bhagavatam, it is said, Sattvam Vishudam Vasudeva Sa Sabditam. When a man is situated in pure goodness, he worships Vasudeva. The purport in that those who are completely purified of material modes of nature and who are transcendentally situated can worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonalists are supposed to be situated in a mode of goodness, and they worship five kinds of demigod. They worship the impersonal Vishnu or Vishnu form in the material world, which is known as Philosophies Vishnu. Vishnu is the expansion of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the impersonalists, because they do not ultimately believe in Supreme Personality of Godhead, imagine that the Vishnu form is just another aspect of the impersonal Brahman. Similarly, they imagine that Lord Brahma is the impersonal form in the material mode of passion. Thus, they sometimes describe five kinds of God that are worshipable, but because they think that the actual truth in impersonal Brahman, they dispose of all worshipable objects at the ultimate end. In conclusion, the different qualities of material modes of nature can be purified through association with persons who are of transcendental nature. Thank you. Can I read one more?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Ashastra-vihitam golam tapyante ye tapo janah damba hankala samyuktaha kamalaga balam vitaha kalshayanta sharilashtam bhutagramam achetasaha mam chaivantaha sarilashtam tan vidi asulanichayan. Ashastra not mentioned in the scriptures. Vihitam directed. Golam harmful to others. Tapiente undergo. Penance ye undergo. Penance ye those tapaha austerities. Chanaha person. Damda pride. Ahankala egotism. Samyuktaha engage. Kama lust. Raga attachment. Bala force. Anvita impelled by Kasayantaha tormenting Shalilastam situated within the body. Bhutagramam combination of material elements. Achitasaha by such a misled mentality. Mam to me. Cha also eva certainly. Antaha within. Shalilastam situated in the body. Tan them. Vidi understand. Shula demons. Nishchayan certainly. Translation: those who undergo severe austerities and penance not recommended in the scripture, performing them out of pride, egotism, lust, and attachment, who are impelled by passion, and who torture their bodily organs, as well as the super soul dwelling within, are to be known as demons. Purport: they are persons who manufacture modes of austerity and penance, which are not mentioned in the scriptural injunction. For instance, Fasting for some ulterior purpose, such as to promote a purely political end, is not mentioned in the scriptures in scriptural direction. The scriptures recommend fasting for spiritual advancement, not for some political end or social purpose. Person who takes to such austerities are, according to Bhagavad Gita, certainly demonic. Their acts are against the scriptural injunction and are not beneficial for the people in general. Actually, they act out of pride, false ego, lust, and attachment for material enjoyment. By such activities, not only are the combination of material elements of which the body is construct disturbed, but also the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself living within the body. Such unitarized fasting or austerities for such political ends are certainly very disturbing to others. They are not mentioned in the Vedic literature. A demoniac person may think that he can force his enemy or other parties to comply with his desire by this method, but sometimes one dies by such fasting. These acts are not approved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he said that those who engage in them are demons. Such demonstrations are insults to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are enacted in disobedience to the Vedic scriptural injunctions. The word Achita Saha is significant in this connection. Person of normal mental condition must obey the scriptural injunction. Those who are not in such position neglect and disobey the scriptures and manufactures their own way of austerities and penance. One should always remember the ultimate end of austerity and penance. One should always remember the ultimate end of demoniac people, as described in the previous chapter. The Lord forced them to take birth in the womb of demoniac person. Consequently, they will live by demoniac principle, life after life, without knowing that their relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If, however, such persons are fortunate enough to be guided by a spiritual master who can direct them to the path of Vedic wisdom, they can get out of this entanglement and ultimately achieve the supreme goal. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Go. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Haribol. आहारस्त्वापि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः त्यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषं वेदम् imam शृणु. Aharaha, eating. Two, certainly. Api also. Sarvasya, of everyone. Trividaha, three kinds. Bhavati, there are. Priyaha, dear. Yagna, yagnaha, sacrifice. Tapaha, austerity. Tata, also. Danam, charity. Tesham, of them. Vedam, difference. Imam, thus. Renu, here. Translation. Even food of which all partake is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifices, austerities, and charity. Listen, and I shall tell you of the distinctions of these. Purport. In terms of different situations and the modes of material nature, there are differences in the manner of eating, performing sacrifice, austerities, and charities. They are not at all conducted on the same level. Those who can understand analytically what kind of performances are in what modes of material nature are actually wise. Those who consider all kinds of sacrifice or foods or charity to be the same cannot discriminate, and they are foolish. There are missionary workers who advocate that one can do whatever he likes and attain perfection. But these foolish guides are not acting according to the direction of the scripture. They are manufacturing ways and misleading the people in general. आयुः सत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखा प्रीति विवर्धना रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या आहारा सात्विका प्रिया पद्मम्ला लवनात्युष्णा तीक्ष्णा रुक्षा विदाहिना आहार राजसस्यस्ता दुःखा सुखामयप्रदा यथा यामं गता रासं पूति प्रायुषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टम् अपि च मेद्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम् Yuhu, duration of life, sattva, existence, bala, strength, arogya, health, sukha, happiness, priti, satisfaction, vivardhanaha, increasing, rasyaha, juicy, snigdaha, fatty, stira, enduring, hridaya, pleasing to the heart, ahara, food, sadvika, goodness, priyaha, palatable, katu, bitter, amla, sour, lavana, salty, ati ushna, very hot, tikshna, pungent. 17.8 this is. Ruksha, dry, vidahinaha, burning, aharaha, food, rajasasya, in the mode of passion, ishtaha, palatable, dukkha, distress, sukha, misery, amaya, pradaha, causing disease, yata, yamam, food cooked 3 hours before eating, gatarasam, tasteless, puti, bad smelling, paryushitam, decomposed, cha, also, yet that which uchitam, remnants of food eaten by others, api also, cha, and amedyam, untouchable, bhojanam, eating, tamasa, in the mode of darkness, priyam, dear. Translation. Foods in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such nourishing foods are sweet, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, pungent, dry, and hot are liked by people in the modes of passion. Such foods cause pain, distress, and disease. Things that are too bitter, too sour, salty, pungent, dry, and hot. Food cooked more than 3 hours before being eaten, which is tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, and unclean, is food liked by people in the mode of ignorance. Purport. The purpose of food is to increase the duration of life, purify the mind, and aid bodily strength. This is the only purpose. In the past, great authorities selected those foods that best aid health and increase life's duration, such as milk products, sugar, rice, wheat, fruits, and vegetables. These foods are very dear to those in the mode of goodness. Ribu. Some other foods, such as baked corns and molasses, while not very palatable in themselves, can be made pleasant when mixed with milk or other foods. They are then in the mode of goodness. All these foods are pure by nature. They are quite distinct from untouchable things like meat and liquor. So they're really distinct. Fatty foods, as mentioned in the 8th verse, have no connection with animal fat obtained by slaughter. Animal fat is available in the form of milk, which is the most wonderful of all foods. Milk, butter, cheese, and similar products give animal fat in a form which rules out any need for the killing of innocent creatures. It is only through brute mentality that this killing goes on. The civilized method of obtaining needed fat is by milk. Slaughter is the way of superhumans. Protein is amply available through split peas, dal, whole wheat, etc. Foods in the mode of passion, which are bitter, too salty, or too hot, or overly mixed with red pepper, cause misery by producing mucus in the stomach, leading to disease. Foods in the mode of ignorance or darkness are essentially those that are not fresh. So bitter to salty. What is an example of bitter food? Too salty, too hot. I don't know any bitter foods right now.
I know, but I can't. I know. I don't know the word for.
What is made of? What is the main bitter ingredients? Is it
I don't know how to explain.
yes, bro, one second. Let's see what this is in Finnish. Is it yeah, kitkerä. Yes, bro.
He said what? I didn't see.
It was in Finnish.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate is one that is bitter.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Also beer. Beer is bitter. It is say.
Also, there is a vegetable, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, here
And
it say that this red red cabbage is bitter, they say.
yes.
Yes, Pranjal Prabhu. If it's made 3 hours before, then it's bad actually. And if it's because it's made some by some Karmi robot fellow, it's good. How can if you microwave prasadam that won't become bad. But if you microwave the microwave food, then that's gonna it's bad, so the microwave won't make it good suddenly. See, foods in the mode of ignorance or darkness are essentially those that are not fresh. Any food cooked more than 3 hours before it is eaten, except prasadam. Because when you offer the food and it becomes prasadam, then it cannot go even bad. It's you purify the food. Food offered to the Lord is considered to be in the mode of darkness because they are decomposing. Such foods give a bad odor, which often attracts people in this mode, but repulses those in the mode of goodness. Yes, I remember this, how this affects. Because before we used to think some horrible thing, some very strong onion garlic thing mixed with some nonsense, and then you smell it, and we were like, "Oh, this is a good smell." He got
Yes.
hungry, but now it's different. Now it it repulses. It's funny how can it change like that?
Yes, absolutely. And the chocolate too. I was very uh, I love chocolate, but
Yes, Prabhu.
when I begin to eat prasad, suddenly I lose the taste for chocolate, and and it comes very naturally. So um, my faith to for Krishna increase. I just got some. I think it's a detail, but it's it's remarkable actually because you just eat prasad and those those things that you love suddenly you lose attraction for them. So it's really remarkable.
Yes, Prabhu. I used to eat also daily some chocolate because it tasted sweet and it was but now when I remember the taste, it's not so sweet anymore. It's bitter as
Yeah,
they say here.
yes,
Or bitter.
and I try to eat again one time. I don't remember when, and I don't like it at all.
Yes,
I
Prabhu.
really don't like it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, oh Krishna, you you already
Yes.
make this thing, yeah, truly disgusting actually. So so I think that, yeah, he is truly
Yes.
efficient when
It's
it
weird
comes to
also
this
because
thing.
I didn't notice when it happened because one day I was eating and one day I wasn't eating. I don't remember.
Yes,
But now I cannot
yes,
eat
it's
anymore. So
always like that, you know.
I don't
When
know how.
you lose attraction for something, it comes. Uh, s- I, I I don't know if it's suddenly or gradually, but we don't notice
Yes.
actually. We don't notice, yeah. And you just notice that I don't I'm not attracted for these things. So it's really remarkable. I think that the process is really remarkable. Yeah, this is I have more faith when those things happen, because the bad habit is so strong to overcome.
Yes.
It's so difficult, you know. So when suddenly or gradually you will lose some attraction, I think that this is the best part of this Krishna consciousness, because you become free. You become free suddenly, you know,
Yes.
and
Prabhu. Yeah.
this is great feeling actually. Yeah.
Yes. Prabhu.
Sorry for
Yes. This was
talking.
conversation.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
When also because
Arabia, bro.
when one tries to stop it himself, then it becomes the most hardest thing.
Yes,
That's impossible.
yes, absolutely.
I tried
Yes,
with
yes,
chocolate also, and with many things, with meat eating, and also I first like 6 months I tried, but then I was thinking that this is impossible. I won't never live.
yes.
It's impossible.
Mm,
Then I just took fully to the progress of the process of chanting, and then I started to chant 16 rounds and to be more associating with in the video calls. Then those things happened automatically.
yes,
But before that,
yes,
I tried for 6 months and then I gave up. I was thinking, I cannot, it's impossible. None of this I can follow. Not single one. Then I was thinking, I'm not going to become like devotee. I'm just going to try my best and associate with the devotees and chant, but I'm not going to focus on trying to stop these things. And then I noticed
yes,
that they stopped when stopped caring so much that I'm going to stop this and try to stop that. And I just started to chant and join the lectures and then I noticed that things happen.
yes. Absolutely. This is the process is very efficient actually. So um, it depends of one nature actually. It depends of one nature, because meat for me were more easy to stop. Yeah, but illicit sex is very difficult. Yeah. So now with association and of devotees and the chanting of the Maha Mantra, um, and you know you perform some um, devotional activities. You always engage. I think that this is this is surmountable. This is really uh, possible if I can uh, always be busy in Krishna consciousness. I think if you are always engaged, things that you think that is not possible became possible, because you always think of Krishna, and this is the way actually. If you always think of Krishna, you will be always in a mode of goodness, and perhaps someday you will transcend. So I think that we should always be busy for Krishna.
Yes,
Always engage. Yeah.
yes, that's true.
Hare Krishna, Pradhanatnam, Jai Shri
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna.
Prabhu can
Hare
understand.
Krishna. Please
Thank
accept our humble obeisances of Guru
Bonjour,
Prabhupada.
bonjour, Prabhu.
Bonjour.
And therapy also. Therapy.
Je vais très bien, merci.
I learn French language.
Rivo.
Oh, Haribol, Prabhu.
My sister, my sister, actually my sister learn.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, your
Yes.
sister is
I
learning.
learn 2-3 words. So I learn 2-3 words per day.
It's okay. Very, très bien. Very good.
Therapy, one therapy, one bonjour, and third
Mm.
Messi. Third Messi.
Oh, super.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Yeah, now I have to learn some Hindi with you. I don't know much, but how to say?
After French, I learn Finnish language
Yes,
also.
Yes, this would be great, actually.
yes, definitely. I want to hear Varun Prabhu speak Finnish. That would be so funny. That would be.
We will open a session for that. we can share each other the language.
Yes, sir.
Haribol.
Yes, Prabhu.
Very,
So
very
next we're gonna read Bhagavad Gita in Finnish or French language.
Yes. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Then Amari Prabhu will join every time. If you don't want
Yes,
to.
absolutely.
very well.
Yes, also Prabhu, about these habits that when we stop, even the easiest thing to, the easiest for example, for me, easiest thing to give up was gambling because I didn't do so much anyways. Sometimes I did, but still when I
Yeah,
wasn't
for me
chanting or
too.
still when I wasn't chanting or I wasn't, you know, still that sinful activity dragged me because I wasn't so interested, but still I was doing because sometimes I thought, why not? I walked to the market. There I saw some big lottery. There's some 100 million. You buy this lottery ticket, you can win 100 million this Friday. At those times, I was thinking, why not? Oh, let's buy this one ticket. Let's do this. Let's because when we don't chant or when we don't do devotional activities, we eventually slip to these things, even though now we might say it was easy to give up, but even though it was easy to give up, if we stop chanting we will fall slowly back all to those things, and even though
Yes, yes,
we will go back to gambling, even though we think, oh,
yeah,
I'm never going to gamble again.
yes,
So
Prabhu, absolutely.
and what happens to real devotees, pure devotees, automatically they go towards Krishna. Their mind, when they stop thinking or they're silent, it goes towards Krishna. When we stop activities, or starts to go towards the sinful activities automatically.
Yes, because we are not purified yet.
Yes, Brahman. Okay, Haribo, let's continue. Remnants of food may be eaten only when they are part of a meal that was first offered to the Supreme Lord or first eaten by saintly persons, especially the spiritual master. Otherwise, the remnants of food are considered to be in the mode of darkness, and they increase infection or disease. Such foodstuffs, although very palatable to person in the mode of darkness, are neither liked nor even touched by those in the mode of goodness. These best foods The best food is the remnant of what is offered to the Supreme Person of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord says that he accepts preparations of vegetables, flour, and milk, and when offered with devotion, patram pushpam palam toyam. Of course, devotion and love are the chief things which the Supreme Person of Godhead accepts. But it is also mentioned that the prasadam should be prepared in a particular way. Any food prepared by the injunctions of the scripture offered to the Supreme Person of Godhead can be taken even if prepared long ago. Yes, I've been still taking some 3 years old or 2, 3 years old, some Jagannath Prasadam, or because I have from India, like many years old, and they taste like the day I got them. So it's always, it doesn't go bad. It because when you go to the markets, what they add to preserve the food, they add some chemicals, preservatives to make the
Yes.
food, and those are really dangerous. But all
Yes.
preservative is the saliva of Lord Krishna. We offer it, then it touches the mouth of Lord Krishna when he takes the food, he tastes it. Then the whole thing becomes like coated with the saliva. It becomes transcendental in that way because it has touched the supreme personality of Godhead, the prasadam.
Yes. Yes.
See here, yeah. Any food prepared by the injunction of the scripture can be taken even if prepared long, long ago, because food is transcendental. Therefore, to make food antiseptic, eatable, and palatable for all persons, one should offer the food to the supreme person of Godhead. Yeah, it's making it anti.
Yes, and Prabhuji, like after making prasad, if it is taken by some Vaishnava, then it is become a Mahaprasad.
Yes, Prabhu. I think it's Mahaprasad.
Mahaprasad.
Yes, Prabhu. Before Krishna consciousness, sometimes we used to do this, that we went to some burger shop. Then we just, when we had some extra money, we went to some burger shop and we bought some burgers, and we went outside and distributed those to everyone. We were proper Kalichelas, some proper demons, going to buy some beef.
Prabhuji, like this prasadam eating, I have a experience in past. Okay, so when like I am a child, like just 6 or 7 year old, so first time I go to a house of a Vaishnava. Okay, me and my sister, and they offer the food. I don't know they follow every scriptural injunction or not, but they food offered to Govinda, means Lord Krishna, and we took that food. And first time I experienced that food is totally different. Means such food I never tasted before. Okay, so when I came to my house, like I told the whole thing to my mother that I experienced such food that I never experienced before. Then my mother said, "Oh, it is eaten by Govinda." Let's see. This is the Indian house. Indian house, they give this education from childhood.
Yes, Prabhu.
That
It's really cool.
it is actually blessing for us
Yes,
that we get this thing from childhood. She don't know much, but she said that it is actually tasted by Govinda. You need
yes,
this
Prabhu.
belief at
Yeah,
least.
Haribo.
Yes.
very well. That's really advanced. Okay, who wants to read next one? Let's read one more because it's 7 o'clock.
अपला अपा अपा अपहलन हलन का अपहलन कानन शिविर या यागो विधि दृष्टो या ज्याते स्तभम एवेति मनः समिद्ध सद्विता अफाल कानिकी शिवि devoid of desire for result yagna sacrifice vidhi accordingly drishta direction anyone ijayate performs yes yastavyam must be performed eva suddenly idhi das mana mind samadhya 16 saha he satvika is in the mode of goodness. Translation of sacrifices, that sacrifice performed according to duty and to scriptural rules and with no expectation of reward, each of the nature of goodness. Purport: the general tendency is to offer sacrifice with some purpose in mind. But here it is stated that sacrifice should be performed without any such desire. It should be done as a matter of duty. Take, for example, the performance of rituals in temples or in churches. Generally, they are performed with the purpose of material benefit. But that is not the mode of goodness. One should go to temple or church as a matter of duty, offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and offer flowers and eatables. Everyone thinks that there is no use in going to the temple just to worship God, but worship for economic benefit is not recommended in the scriptural injunction. One should go simply to offer respect to the deity that will place one in the mode of goodness. It is the duty of every civilized man to obey the injunction of the scriptures and offer respect to the supreme personality of Godhead. Reward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bro.
निर्वापनम श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यापीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पुरुषास्वादनं सर्वात्मनस्नपनं परमते
Nam Nam Kali Bahuta Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smalani Nakaraham Itadrishi Tava Klipa Bhagavan Mama Pidudaiva Midrishamiha Janinanuragaham.
त्रिनादपि
Trinad
शेना तरोरपि सहिष्णुना मानीनामानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि
ना धनम ना जनम ना सुंदरी कविता व जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि भवतद्भक्तिर अहेतु की गई
ऐनन्दनुजकिङ्करं पतितं मां शमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजास्तदूलीशदस्तं विचिन्तया
नयनं गलदश्रुधाराय वदनं गद्गद रुद्धाय गिरा पुलकीर्निचितं बापु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति जुगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रवरिष्यतं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
अश्लिष्य वा पातरतं पिनष्टु मामदर्शनन्मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विधातुलं पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living being. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In this transcendental name, you have invested all your transcendental energy. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting this name. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O
O
son of
son
Maharajananda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet some or other I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of the death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Sorry, Prabhu, I disturbed you.
okay bro no problem oh my lord when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain. So even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything. For he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Hari
Haribo,
Bol.
Sastram Ki Jai.
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 Jai Jai.
The 10 offenses to the holy name. First offense, to blaspheme the devotees who dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
8. To disobey the order of the spiritual master.
Fourth
Fourth
offense, to
offense.
Oh, Prabhu,
You
go
go.
on. Go on. No, Prabhu, you go on. Go on, please.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in person to the Vedic version. Thank you, Prabhu.
To consider, fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
8th offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Tenth offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments. Even after here understanding so many instructions on this matter, it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem. Hari Bol.
Haribo, Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa
Asya kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo
Tanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
namo
Namo
namaha.
Namaha.
Panchatattva ki Jai, Nityananda
Jai,
Jai, Sri
Jai,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Jai,
Prabhupada
Jai.
Jai, Gaura
Jai.
Prem, Hari
Hari Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bo.